Gentlemen, such a nice open mic, and now we have a wonderful feature of the evening. Taneesh Kaur, I've heard her before; she's featured before, and I'm so glad to have her here again. She is a U.S.-born Punjabi teaching artist based in San Francisco. Her work focuses on social justice, using nature to understand and dismantle systems of mental and physical oppression. Her visual art has been shown in galleries throughout California and has received praise in particular from the International Luxembourg Art Prize for 2022 and 2023. Her poetry has been nominated for a Pushcart Prize and appears in international journals and anthologies, most recently in Great Weather for Media's Beacon Radiant. Her full-length collection, A Thawing, a poetic memoir, has been out from Collapse Press. And Tanisha has a master's in linguistics from San Francisco State University with training abroad in Mexico and Chile. She received an MFA in poetry from the University of San Francisco. She speaks Spanish well, and now we hear her hold forth. So I'm muting me, Tanisha, and the mic is to you.
Thank you. It's good to be back. It's good to see everybody. Familiar faces. I see you sometimes in other places, but it's nice to be here. Um, I guess I'll just get into it. Self-portrait in a moment of earthly paradise. A prayer I've heard since I was a baby follows me around in different channels. Ekankar. Mud has a way of bringing me closer to people. Satnam. Squish my toes in, and I vibrate with the hum of the earth's core. Kartapura. I attract the universe with my intention. Nirvo. Leading with a fearless heart. Nirve. Thoughts escape the revenge cycle. Akal Murat. Love is endless everywhere. It's omnipresent. Ajuni Sepang. In death and in life, we are infinite. Infinite. My mom, my Nanaji, both passed. Nana sends me $300 twice in 1 week on the ground, but I hide it for whoever lost. It finds me again, left in an ATM. Good Prasad, Guru Nanak, Jesus, Muhammad, all here to give humanity what we needed, exactly when and where they came to be. Japa, meditate, and earth absorbs you. Ad Sach, truth in humans is the word. Jugad Sach, over time it's been distorted. Habi Sach, to mask depraved action. Nanak kaho se be Sach. When words match actions, we are one. With words, with birds, love and sun, moon and sea, we see together. Kali stuck out her tongue one day and lashed the man who violated the body of a woman in bloom. Or so she was until that lashing destroyed the man for all to see, and in his place grew a banyan tree. How many days? It took just 3, the same number for Christ to raise. A body born a hobby, soft and naked and pink, scrunched up so small and wailing as we take our first breath. They say we're closer to our past lives as newborns, screaming for the cradle of the womb. Our talents fresh in the mind and muscles take us back to who we are or were. Life swirls us into what we think we need to be and whittles us down to who we are and why we're here. Thriving is a tricky thing. The way freedom escapes the flimsy layer of social dominance, or we see beyond the narrow box of where we are. Ascension. You have to work at it, or else get swept up in the pendulum. I see myself a newborn, loyal, loving, laughing, dodging the pendulum amid clutter, waiting for my coffee to brew. Choking, frozen, vocal cords shut together, strained to function when they absorb bleak, abysmal darkness. What good is a voice? What good if it broadcasts the brain's shaky signal, blocks, rejects, ignores? The soul, a vital organ. Your sweet beats flutter my lashes, quiver the folds on your way up, will you? Oh my, how deep can this voice go? From crown to root, as far as the core of this earth. Let's see how conviction can express itself through timber. I'm a tree. I had always suspected sexual abuse. My voice was, it used to be, extremely high. I would speak from my throat and head. I was not settled into my body until I had a flood of memories coming back to me in 2017. And it subsided at times, but got fiercer and more difficult to control in 2020. And I always had a small voice until then. But as I delved deeper into the sexual abuse and trauma from that, it all made sense. All of it. The brattiness, the wetting the bed, long past an acceptable age, the fear of the dark, the crawling to my parents' room after nightmares and sleeping on the floor on my mom's side of the bed, curling up in a ball to face her, the getting up in the middle of the night from hearing whispers that would send me through the house only to discover no one was even up. The flashes of realizations over the years that I didn't have a clitoris, and sending that realization away like a nightmare or an unwanted guest. In honors anatomy, my junior or senior year of high school, we studied the female anatomy, And I knew for some reason I didn't have the button at the top. But the true knowledge of that didn't sink into my mind and body at the same time of why, because I didn't have the tools yet to face that reality. But I continued to have extremely painful cramps. For the first day of my period, well into my 30s, I remember not wanting to be a woman, and I'd miss work writhing on the floor, throwing up if I didn't take Advil before the pain started. My body was bifurcated from my mind, but I wasn't ready to let my family go. So I didn't fully understand even when the few partners I had over the years, none of which were my steady boyfriends, those ones, didn't bother to look and see that I was missing a clitoris, but the partners who did notice I had nothing there, I'd say to them, or you just can't find it. And they would say, no, I can find it. But I didn't think much of it. And the cramps, my God, and my sister never believed the pain. She would say I was being dramatic, and my dad's new wife, who I never was able to call mom, agreed that I was melodramatic, and this is what children go through. Children, women, women of color, Indian women. We are taught that vocalizing needs is wrong, and so we are never taught how to verbalize them. And this is how we raise generations in misogyny and pedophobia and pedophilia. This is how we get Holocaust denial. When those very eyes simultaneously see a lifeless child, head like a dandelion, plopped, who think a certain way about the innocent, who don't believe the way I was never believed for anything I claimed or was or am, how nothing that's mine is believed to be deserved, how my authority over myself and my body, my body, and body of work is regularly challenged. Starving. The wind takes me in waves down sidewalks of the living, rooms into windows of lives. We see street side survival in the eyes of hungry love. It swooshes my cigarette smoke into an S of a cloud, of a fog, inching closer to the ground as night falls on the streets, in sheets, like midnight linen. Cover us, protect us. Our hair, the strands, wildly splaying, flailing arms of firecrackers, spread out to rest on the underside of a kind of bedding only you can provide. The disarray of a day dismayed as dimes strewn round the street, the sidewalk. Someone struts crouched low, nails scraping, collecting their next meal. Got any change today? Sings a soprano who shattered stained glass once in a church cathedral, the shards sharpened by trickle down, cascading shimmer of pretty spears. Years ago, but still falling, they cut, skin tender, they bleed. My arms, which spout red fountains, my mind can't make it up, can't make itself up. Can't make it up to them, trapped in this funnel. How do we stay soft in a downpour of cut, of cut, of cut, when where does it come from but us, the US? But look, I don't have to, but look at the child with concave skull and feel. I feel. Do you? My heart sprout blood red bread for her to rest on. I am more than the asymmetry of these breasts, swollen with years of utter vengeance. My glow, my gloat, I float a bloated boat in slow lane. On my back I work, my arms like wheels they turn. They turn. I burn this body, I burn this thirst, I burst in flames in water, of water. My need, I bleed in a time of extreme creation. I dreamt I birthed a baby. It grew to term in a matter of hours and fell straight out when my water broke. I swiftly cut the belly cord, brought my baby to left breast, and gestured toward the walls where each painting should go as it suckled. In my dream, I was happy and productive. In my dream, I loved myself and what I'd made. And it's my last one, this one. A twig of better use to the dove, were it not for the idea that deliverance arrives in pairs. From the poem Continent Making by Joel M. Toledo. If deliverance arrives in pairs, anguish delivers in threes. If a soul blow is felt by only one person, if it happens over and over, does it really happen? The weather of life, the climate of lack, the voracious ache, only water can soothe. The sea's erosion of you, a stone, after your essence shines. What's you and only you remains of life's lava, hardened and shed, calluses smooth, embodying Kalima, rife and ripe's newborn skin. Thank you.
Unmute, ladies and gentlemen, let her hear.
Wow, Taneesh,
That's
that was
incredible,
amazing.
Taneesh.
That was
Thank
great.
you.
That was intensely fantastic.
Love you, Taneesh.
Love you, Taneesh.
Great work. Great work.
Wow. Wow. I'm so glad that's recorded. I'm so glad.